The letter on the paper does not dictate my worth. Not everybody, but people were cheating their way to the top. Hi guys, welcome back. I hope you're doing well. Sorry, I had to think about it for a second. Obviously, as you can see by the title of this video, I'm going to be doing a study vlog. I wanted to start this video super early in the day, but some things happened in the morning, so that's completely okay. So right now I'm just packing my bags so we can go to the library. To be completely honest, when I study at home like 90% of the time, but I decided to go to the library, one, because I just want a change of scenery, and two, because let's be for real, it's for the aesthetic. So I'm packing my bag right now. I'm not studying for any exam in particular. There's nothing really coming up very soon. I just want to stay ahead of the game. I want to be an academic weapon this year. I'll tell you more later on in the day. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the video and it gives you some motivation to study as well for whatever you need to study. Let's go.
Find an image with the rest. She'll be learning how to breathe. Spinning through identity, reveal another pretty little scheme. Save her mind. Hold her hand. And don't believe a lie. You understand me. Walk her down the valley. Pack a piece of heaven for the bottoms of her feet. Teach her how to jump and how to stretch when she reach. Like the angels do. And you gon' make it through now. Tell about the healer. Greater is the one within and call him as the leader. Teach her how to hold a pretty hand up to the sky. And never wait upon the giver. He'll deliver like a dealer. To take her higher, higher. Fly out the valley and the fire.
Hi guys, I just finished studying at the library. It's a little darker now. I've been there for like maybe 2 hours. I'm so exhausted. But yeah, I'm gonna head home and I'll talk to you guys when I get there. Hi guys, so I just got the smoothie. I got the smoothie from, I was about to say Pop Tropica. That's not right. Tropical smoothie. And I don't hate it, but I don't love it. But I just got done studying. I got the study room and I was like, oh, I'm gonna interact with you guys through the video and stuff. But it was so quiet and the walls were so thin. So like people were talking and I could hear. So I was like, imagine like, I'm like, hi guys, welcome. People are gonna be like, who is this girl, right? But I just wanted to talk about academic validation. And I kind of wanted to rant about it because your girl has been going through it. I feel like, let's just talk about it. So growing up, I just always felt like, okay, like I'm smart, I can handle anything. And then I got to high school and I went to a technical school, don't recommend. Alongside me taking regular classes, I was also taking medical classes. It's supposed to give you like some extra leverage. So when you do get into those programs, it's like, oh, you've been exposed to these things before. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I definitely was exposed to a lot of things early on. So when I did go to college, a lot of the concepts that were being brought up weren't things I've never heard before. But I feel like it just did a number on my self-esteem as a student. And like I said, for so long, I thought academics equated to my worth. Now, I didn't think this for other people, but of course, you know, you're gonna be your worst critic. So I used to always think that like, oh, if, you know, I'm struggling in something or I'm just not doing it like everybody else, like I'm just dumb. And it was because of my experience in high school. I felt like there was a lot of competitiveness. A lot of people were just trying to outcompete people or just be better than people. I don't know what we competed for, but, and I feel like people were always just out to get you for whatever reason because they just wanted to be at the top and they didn't care how they got to the top. And so it just really did a number on my self-esteem. I feel like I'm somebody that definitely has to ask clarifying questions. I take longer to study sometimes because I really want to learn the material. And it sucks when you're in a class where everybody else just seems like they get it. You're just sitting there and they're just asking all these questions and you're like, what are we even talking about, right? Especially transitioning from that and going into college, my self-esteem was already at 0 because I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm not smart as I thought I was. I've always known that like, of course, there's going to be people that are smarter than you. There's going to be people that are like better at you than things. And during college with COVID and the pandemic and then finally getting into classes, I realized that number one, it's like, it wasn't that I was not smart, but it was like, you know, I'm a procrastinator. That was one thing. And also I didn't develop studying habits very quickly. The reason why I'm not understanding this is because I'm not studying at all, or I'm just not studying properly. A lot of these kids, especially in the technical school, they were cheating their way to the top. Not everybody, but people were cheating their way to the top. So the rest of us who were actually doing the work, we were like comparing ourselves to people. I mean, T no T, but like that's how it was. And so yeah. But the biggest thing I'm learning is that the score that you get on your exam or your quizzes or whatever does not equate to your worth. And you're gonna have subjects that you don't understand, and that's okay. Like, there's nothing wrong in being confused. I don't know what it is, but it's like, even being in a classroom, it's like you're afraid to ask questions because you're afraid of being looked at as like the dumb kid or whatever. But like, ask those questions. That's another reason why I never did as well as I wanted to in specific classes, because I was afraid to ask questions. I was afraid to be confused. But the thing about it is, number one, like, I am in STEM. STEM is a hard subject. It is not easy. It's not for the weak. And so I just need to give myself grace. It is okay to be confused. It's okay to make mistakes. That doesn't mean that you're not good enough or you don't belong in those places. And that's another thing I was experiencing, like imposter syndrome. Like, I was sitting in these classes like, I don't think I belong here, but you do belong there. You just got to give yourself grace and just figure out what the problem is. And you also have to realize that there's so many components to why you're probably not successful in that thing. If you're working, if you are dealing with like family issues, financial issues, physical issues, like you're sick, or even just like your mental health, there's a lot of things that contribute to you not doing as well as you want to. Stop beating yourself up about it. And like, I'm talking to myself when I say that it is okay to make mistakes. It's okay to like put yourself out there and ask questions and get the help that you need, because these classes are not easy. And I realized as well through all this, like this whole process, that it is even a privilege to be able to get an education. There are so many people in the world who wish that they had a quarter of like what I have. And I think it's just coming from a place of being grateful and realizing it's a privilege to be able to be in these classrooms, to learn all this material, to be able to have the opportunity to even try and achieve these things that I want to achieve. And so just being in a place of gratitude and also realizing that it's okay to make mistakes has really helped me tremendously to just keep moving forward. And all of this came up because last week, I did not do well on one of my exams and I was so bummed out, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna fail, which I wasn't gonna fail, but I just was beating myself up because I was like, oh, everybody seems like they're getting it. And then I started to talk to people and they're like, girl, we are failing this class. And I was like, okay, I felt better because I was like, I'm not the only one who's going through this. So if you're watching this, first of all, you're on the right track because you're even watching studying videos, so that's good. But just realize that it is okay. You're gonna make it, you're gonna do well. And I always say that, like, when you walk down that stage and you have that diploma and people are rooting your name, you're gonna realize that these moments just make it more like validating that you made it through. But right now you're in the thick of it, so you don't realize that. But you'll be okay, because there's so many times where even in my other classes, I was like, I thought I was gonna fail those classes, but I did good. So just giving myself grace is the biggest thing, and realizing that the letter on the paper does not dictate my worth. And I just have to keep affirming myself, like, you are smart, you are good enough, you deserve to be in these spaces. And so yeah, but you're gonna be okay. I'm speaking to myself, editing Tara, you're gonna be okay, you studied. Yeah, so I hope this helps somebody. It is super dark. I'm gonna go inside, but you gonna make it. That letter, I keep thinking number, but it's not. That number or that letter on your paper does not dictate your work. You just gotta believe. You gotta believe that you can do it, and you can do it. Hope you guys like this video. And you know what the gag is? Not only do I have to like study, but I also have to edit this video. Girl is stressing. Please pray for me. Stay inspired. Bye.